Hey Ian, hey listeners out there, how you guys doing?
What up, Ever?
What up, man? How you doing?
I'm all right. What's
Doing all right?
poppin'?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. Let's get the show started. Let's
Ooh,
start with something new. It's called Rate the Show. You re
rate the show.
Yeah, we're
All
talking
right,
about Victory Road, Impact Victory Road that just happened. That's for you because you're more of an Impact guy than I am. So let's
facts.
get to it, man. Let's see. I'm gonna give you the lineup, or I don't know how you want to do it. You want to do the overall show or per match, but I'll just give you the lineup.
Okay.
Let's not include the pre-shows. The pre-shows we don't worry about those ones. So we got Mike Bailey versus Delirious for the Impact X Division Championship.
Ooh, great opening match. Uh, glad to see Delirious wrestle, not just
Yeah,
in Impact, just in general. Great match. I believe I rated 4 out of 5. So,
nice.
and that was because it was an opening match. I feel like if it was later on the card, I don't think it would have been that high or
I get you.
that great of a match.
I get you. Okay. And the Delirious hasn't wrestled in a while, right? I think since Ring of Honor closed or something, or before that.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
He could have wrestled outside in other indies.
Yeah.
So I'm not 100% sure on that part. But to my knowledge, yeah, it's been a few years since the last time he wrestled.
Okay.
The only place I ever seen him wrestle was Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor. Okay. Okay, the next match was the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, defeating Honor No More, PCO, and Vincent by pinfall.
I gave that one a 3.5. It
3.5.
was, yeah, it was a little slow pace. Because when you think about the Morning Machine Guns, you think fast,
Yeah,
they're always hitting spots and stuff like that. But I guess because they're getting older, they're slowing down, and I guess they understand we don't have to go quick all the time. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But yeah, it wasn't a bad match. Yeah, I just 3.5. I mean, it was a high 3.5,
yeah.
So
I get you. The match after that, Mickey James defeated Giselle Shaw in a career-threatening match. If
you
Mickey James had lost, she would have been forced to retire from in-ring competition.
I hate, first of all, let me just say I hate that gimmick, that match. Oh, if I lose, I'm gonna retire. Where it's like we all know you're building up to a certain point. I
Yeah,
hate that. Like, oh, the next time I lose, what if it was an accident?
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, what if, oh damn, I didn't kick out on time? Then what happens? That's gonna be your retirement match. If that was me, I would have played the cards right because I would have been like, oh, the next time I lose, it's my retirement. I'm done. But it's like, no, I would probably do like, you know what? If I have 3 losses, the third time I lose, I'm gonna retire. You know,
okay,
but
yeah,
from point A to point B kind of thing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like from here to WrestleMania. Um, if I lose 3 matches, then I'm gonna retire. And then that's that because that makes sense. And it's like at least from that point, it's like, oh, okay, well, I already got 2 losses, so I gotta make sure this match counts. So my last match is gonna be at WrestleMania. So I don't know. But anyways, that's just me.
yeah. I get you.
That match, first of all, just Giselle Shaw. She shared my IG photo.
Yeah, nice.
So
I saw
yeah,
that.
the fact that Giselle shared that photo, I don't know, is that considered a share, right? You know how you tag her and then she posts it on her story.
Yeah,
So that was really cool. That really made my day. That
nice.
she took the time to do that. But unfortunately, I gave that match, I forgot what I gave it. I think it was a 3 or 3.5.
Well,
I
you could
I
do
I
you could
think
choose now too.
I'm gonna go with 3.5. It was a
Okay.
good match. It was really good. The story was great. Giselle came out with a balloon that said "Happy Retirement Match," so which really built up the story. It wasn't like Giselle didn't take the match as like just a match. She's like, I'm gonna retire. This is literally Mickey James's last match.
Yeah,
She kind of made a big deal out of it. And the storytelling that told in the ring was really good. The only problem was I hate the whole retirement match because it's
Yeah.
like you know from bell to bell it was a good match, but you know it wasn't a retirement match. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's like you okay, this is not a 5-star match where it's like we all know Mickie James ain't gonna retired. You
Yeah.
know, so that was the only downfall of it. I felt like Mickie James should have, especially on a pay per view event or a special event for Impact Wrestling, she should always give it her all. And I felt
Yeah.
for this match she didn't, which
I
made it
get you.
seem like okay, you're gonna win because you're not gonna retire. You know, you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah, I get you.
So
Yeah, makes sense.
3.5.
3.5. Okay. Next match after that was an intergender triple threat revolver to determine the number one contender for the X Division Championship. It was Frank Kazarian defeating Alex Zane, Black Taurus, Kenny King, Laredo Kid, Mia Yim, Trey Miguel, and Yuya Umira.
Nia Yam,
Yeah, Mia Yim.
I,
Yeah,
she did an excellent job. Great performance. I understand. Part of me was kind of confused why she was so eliminated quickly after she just eliminated 2 or 3 guys. I don't remember. But then Frankie Kazarian got the W. So I'm like, oh, okay. That's the reason. I felt like if Kenny Keene was gonna win that match, I felt like Mia Yim should have been the last. You know, her and Kenny Keene should have been the last two.
yeah.
But Frankie, why I keep saying freaking J? That's the singer, Frankie J. I keep mentioning. I was listening to his music earlier. That's why it's
Oh,
stuck in my head. Uh, anyways, yeah, Frankie Kazarian, he got the W, so he's number one contender for the X Division Championship at Bound for Glory. That match was really great. I would give it. I believe I gave it a 4 out of 5.
is he still with
Yes,
AEW?
yeah.
Is this like
So
the one-off thing they allow? Because I think
no,
they're
he
not working
was
together
he.
anymore.
No, he was there. No, they don't have an agreement. Meaning like how they did with Kenny Omega. Like, oh, the agreement is for this month all the way to this month with Kenny
Yeah,
Omega. Frankie J is more like, hey, can
Frankie
we
Kazarian.
Frankie? Oh
Kazarian.
my gosh, Frankie Kazarian,
Kazarian.
Kazarian,
Just
Kazarian. You know, they just reached out and asked them, is it cool? And yeah, so uh, so now we're gonna get Kazarian versus Mike Bailey for the X Division Championship at
oh,
Bound for
nice,
Glory. So that's gonna be very exciting.
nice. Okay, let's see what happens, right? After
Facts.
that, it was a six-man tag team match. I don't know more. Eddie Edwards, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett defeating Heath, Josh Alexander, and Rich Swann.
This I gave it a 3.5.
Okay.
Ending was great. Uh, the ending is what gave it that extra, you know, that made it the 0.5. Eddie Edwards got the W when he beat Josh Alexander. So he has a win over the Impact's world champion.
Okay.
So which is it's great because it's gonna lead up to this pay-per-view. So because we got Josh Alexander defending his Impact World Championship against Eddie Edwards. And Eddie Edwards has done it all besides main event Bound for Glory.
Oh wow.
So that's gonna be something to see.
Yeah, definitely.
Fortunately, he's on the wrong side, but I like heel Eddie. I like it. And then plus Eddie Edwards, it's not like how it was in WCW with the evasion when Stone Cold was the leader because it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
But for Honor No More, Eddie Edward being the leader makes sense because he was a big star for Ring of Honor.
Yeah, he
He was a
was.
former, I think he was the first ever television champion. He held the tag team titles. He was a former Ring of Honor world champion. So he had a lot of classic matches with Kevin Steen, El Generico, the Young Bucks, the Briscoes, David Richards, you know, Christopher Daniels, and, you know, the list goes on.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Anyways,
And then after that, it was pick your poison match. Masha Slamovic handpicked Jordan Grace's opponent. It was Jordan Grace defeating Max the Impaler.
Jordan Grace, bro, she looks amazing. That girl is lean. She's lean, man. She ain't hitting the gym, man. She has her own work gym at her house, but still she's hitting the gym hard, man. From the moment she started in Impact Wrestling till now, that she involved. Like she's a Pokemon. A straight up Pokemon, man. That one, she definitely evolved. Uh, but the match, honestly, I gotta give her a 3 out of 5. I wasn't feeling it. I was, I was into Jordan, but I wasn't feeling the match that well.
And they're both like powerhouses, anyways, right? Maxine Taylor and
Yeah, but it wasn't a bad match. It was just I just wasn't feeling it.
I get you. Okay. And the main event of the evening was a three-way barbed wire massacre. Steve Macklin defeated Moose and Sami Callihan.
Yeah. Dude, this is by far one of the best uh barbed wire massacre that I have seen in a while. I think it's because it was a triple threat match, so which makes it more better because everybody has a spot now.
Yeah.
You could do a lot when you have a barbed wire massacre with 3 people comparing with 2. So there was a lot of crazy spots. Sami Callihan came out as dressed as Cassette Jack, so that was a cool moment. Really thought Sami was gonna get the W, but Steve
Yeah.
Macklin, he got the W, hit him with his finisher, something similar to like the Dirty D. I forgot. I think he calls it the KIA or KI, yeah, KIA, something like that. It's basically like the Future Shock.
Pretty sure.
And
Okay.
so he hit that on Sami and he got the W. So I really didn't thought he was gonna get the W, but he did. So I gave that match a 4.5 out of 5. So
Okay.
yeah, great way to end the show. The only thing is, does the feud continue with all 3 men, or do they part ways now? So,
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
but yeah,
Yeah, that was right. The
so
show Victory Road. Dun, dun, dun.
I would give it a 4 out of 5
The total show. Okay,
total
nice,
show, bell to bell, 4 out of 5.
nice,
It's not bad,
nice.
especially it's one of their premium shows or whatever,
Yeah, they've been.
So
It's been one of the shows for a while. Then since the day one, I think they've been doing it right.
yeah.
Since all four, I think, or what, something
So
like that.
so far, this whole year they've been having like shows like
Regularly.
4 out of 5 shows like since the beginning of this year. So good for Impact, and
Good for
Bound for
them, man.
Glory is around the corner. So let's see how that works out. And that's their actual pay-per-view, and it's one of their biggest event of the year.
Yeah, it's
So,
like their mania.
but moving on, we'll talk about Impact a little bit later on the show. But bro, we gotta talk about Paige.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts
Hey,
on that?
I mean, I thought it was cool. I mean, what's she gonna do though? Like wrestle or manage?
Nobody. There's no rumors about that, to be honest. So I don't even know.
Like, is she one injury away from being like Bret Hart? Just one super kick to the face and she's done again. You
Somebody
know what I mean?
said that. Oh my gosh, what did somebody say? Paige is the Bret Hart. She coming into AEW. People are saying that she is the Bret Hart. That she's probably gonna wrestle for like a year or two, and then she's gonna get hurt, or she's gonna get hurt like right
First
away.
match, who knows?
Yeah.
Because I don't
So
know when's the last time she trained. Like, nobody knows like if she was training, was she, you know,
who reached out to who?
yeah,
Why would she want to go back to AEW, and when did she sign AEW? Was this clearly before Triple H took over? Because rumor has it Triple H wanted to bring Paige back, but because Paige wasn't wrestling or a active wrestler, Triple H went after the people who are acting wrestlers because he didn't want
yeah,
them to go anywhere. So that's why he didn't. He had Paige on his mind,
yeah.
but he didn't reach out because it's like I'm going after these people who actually could go wrestle for
Like,
AEW right
yeah,
next week or
like
something.
next week, yeah, they just show up on the next
Yeah.
show.
So with
Like
Paige, I get it because it's like, what's her real name? Sandra,
Soraya
Soraya,
Bettis.
Soraya,
Yeah,
Soraya. Uh, you know, I get it because just like you were never planning her to come back and wrestle. I don't I honestly I'm happy to see her.
yeah.
WWE, AEW, Impact. I'm happy to see her. The question is, what is she gonna do? Is she gonna wrestle management? She tried to go after Bria Breaker, right?
Britt
So
Baker. Britt.
Britt,
Baker.
Britt Baker. So I don't know. Would you want her to be a wrestler for AEW?
I mean, the thing is, like, we want to, but then like the last time she was in the ring, she got injured. It was a freak accident, obviously, but like,
And it was a live event too.
yeah, but there's a reason why she hasn't wrestled since then because it was a serious injury. So
But
I
did
don't
they
know.
ever cleared her to wrestle?
No, WWE never wanted to clear her
Mm,
because I don't know because WWE isn't. The thing is, like AEW hasn't had a situation where like a wrestler sues them for like injuries I suffered a couple of years ago. It's gonna affect me now. WWE has all these lawsuits they coming in now or back then where like wrestlers will
right.
sue them for injuries, even though that wrestler wrestled for like the Indies for 20 years and they wrestled WWE for 2 3 years, or they wrestled in NWA and AWA and then they sue WWE like 20 years. Like, well, you wrestled for us like a year, what? So I don't know.
Right.
Like, they haven't had that long term thing where like they get in trouble. They get sued by a wrestler for injuries, but WWE doesn't want to risk that anymore. Like
That's true.
AEW doesn't care. I mean, they might care now, but then in like 5 years when Daniel Bryan is like injured again, who is he going to go after? WWE because he was in there for like 10 years. He's not going after AEW. Maybe who knows? Maybe if he gets injured again, he might. That's what I'm saying. Like she might wrestle because they're like, oh, we want her in the ring because it'll be something she couldn't do in WWE, but WWE did it
Right.
for a reason. Like you don't just WWE if they really want to wrestle, be like, oh, sure, let's do it. But like, wait, I don't know, you're kind of injury prone, or
And it's not like a arm or a leg injury, it's her neck.
yeah, that's a
And they
whole.
take, yeah. And ever since with the whole Benoit incident, they take they always took injury serious.
Yeah. So you don't want to be like, oh, what happens in 10 years? Like, is she gonna like be? You never know.
Yeah, and she's young too. So it's like,
Yeah,
dude, like you have a bright future ahead of yourself. You really want to risk it all because you want to
yeah.
get back in the ring and then get hurt. I mean, you already did. You came back, you got hurt.
Got hurt,
So
came back, got hurt,
yeah.
and it came. Yeah. So I'm like, I mean, this. I mean, there's a
But here's the
season,
thing: if she is gonna wrestle, be smart. I wouldn't have her wrestle every week. Um,
No, don't
but
wrestle certain people either.
yeah,
You
I
gotta you
wouldn't. I
gotta choose
wouldn't.
Serena Deeb only or Tony Storm, but don't wrestle Jade Cargill. Don't wrestle
Hold on. I mean, I wouldn't. I would
one
do.
kick.
I would book
She's the
it.
Goldberg to Soraya's or Paige's Bret Hart.
Bret Hart.
One kick to the face, neck breaks.
But has she? Hold on. But comparing to Nia Jack, who has Jade ever hurt anybody since she started AEW?
No, but like I would no, like if Soraya's gonna wrestle anyone, wrestle people that are experienced,
Okay,
like
I get
Serena
you.
Deeb. Like I know it's
Well,
not sometimes
I
like
would like to see her face Jade. That would be a nice
yeah, but I
double
would
for
be
the
a
pay per
tag
view.
team. I would be see a tag team
I
match and
would
just
do it
be
a
like
one time big match, and that's it.
yeah,
You know. But anyways, let's move on. Grand Slam.
yeah,
I did watch it. You want to do the whole rate the show again for this show? Try to do it
yeah.
as quickly as possible.
Rate the show.
Rate the
Dynamite.
show. Grand
Grand
Slam.
Slam 2022.
What was the first
Okay,
opening match?
Chris Jericho defeating Claudio Castagnoli for the Ring of Honor World Championship.
4 out of 5.
45. Okay. The Acclaim defeating Swerve Our Glory for the AW World Tag Team Champion.
4.5.
Okay.
It would have been 5 out of 5 if they didn't. I don't know. Apparently, it was a botch. Apparently, it was part of the spot. With I forgot the other guy. I forgot their names, but the guy went for the elbow, but he like sold his leg. Like, there was a moment that kind of got ruined. So if it wasn't for that spot, it would have been a 5 out of 5. But because of that
Okay.
spot, it's 4.5.
Okay. Was Pac defeating Orange Cassidy for the All Atlantic Championship?
3.5.
1.5. Okay. Tony Storm defeating Serena Deeb, Athena, and Dr. Britt Baker for the interim AEW Women's World Championship.
Three out of
Four-way.
five.
3 out of 5. And the main event was John Moxley defeating Bryan Danielson for the vacant AEW World Championship.
4.5.
4.5. Okay.
4.5.
So what do you give the show overall?
Uh Overall, I gotta give it a 5 out of 5, to be honest,
Yeah,
because Chris Jericho winning the Ring of Honor champion and the opening show was a great way. You had Saraya debut. You had MJF cutting a promo with Utah Wheeler, right? And then
yeah,
you had all these great matches, and all these great matches were 3.5 or higher. So, and Dean Ambrose retaining, or not retaining, but winning back the AEW. I felt like it should have been Adam Brian Danielson, but I mean John Moxley getting. I felt like they gave Moxley the belt so he could be an official 3-time world champion.
yeah. So not because he's
So
like money, the money guy. Because
yeah.
he's
But speaking of John Moxley versus Hangman Page apparently is going to take place October 8th in Ohio. Is that where John Moxley's from?
from Cleveland, I think, or
Cleveland,
Cincinnati. I forgot
Ohio.
which one.
But anyways, I guess it's going to take place wherever John Moxley's from. So,
Nice. Okay.
um, you surprised that it's going to happen on Dynamite and not at Full Gear? Because it could have, like, for Heyman Page, it would have recreate that moment of, hey, a year ago from this pay-per-view, I faced Kenny Omega and I became AEW champion. It would have been a better build-up where it's like history is going to repeat itself. I'm going to face
Yeah.
you and I'm going to beat you to become a 2-time AEW champion, just like I did last year when I won my first ever.
I'm not surprised because they made this into like a regular show, not like. But I mean, I don't know. Obviously, we know who's gonna win. You know, Moxley. You don't want to keep hot potato in the championship.
True. I
He's
mean,
been like
but
hot
the
potato
I
like three
mean, it
times already.
wasn't supposed to be. It wasn't
No,
planned.
the
Everything happened.
yeah,
That happened because of all these reasons.
yeah. But now they should just keep Moxley as champion for a while, like for a few, like what I mean, for a few months or at least like a right. Give him a actual title reign
Mhm.
again.
I mean, rumor has it that it's gonna be him versus MJF, a rematch from All Out 2020. But this one's gonna be, MJF has involved since then, and he became a bigger star. So, and this time he's actually, I guess he's like a anti-hero kind of thing, or
Well, it's
because
like they make him a heel, but you make him heel enough that people like him. So
right.
he's like
Well, no, because apparently he was supposed to be a face. He was supposed to
yeah,
face. He was gonna turn face to go on to face CM Punk.
yeah,
Punk was gonna be a heel
yeah.
for this feud, but it didn't work out that way.
Now
So,
the MJF is a heel, but people are liking him, and now
right.
he's gonna turn to a face. So it's like he's gonna
So,
progress into a face thing. Like they'll like he'll be a heel, but they'll cheer him. Like what?
but
I'm like
after Grand Slam, it looks like he's gonna stay heel now.
yeah.
So, because he pushed Tony, so I mean, this would be cool. I feel like the how I would like to see this feud with Blackpool Compact is like MJF faces everybody and then he gets to John Moxley.
Using it Revolution, so give like because it's already October. It's already like October, so like give it to Revolution, which is when like February. When is it?
I
March.
think January, no?
So give it like 6 month reign. That'd be actually a good build up.
Yeah.
Build a
Or all the
storyline
way to
actually.
Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
But speaking of Double or Nothing, that's the pay-per-view this year. CM Punk became AEW champion. Apparently, Tony Khan is gonna try to buy out CM Punk's contract. What's your thoughts
I
on that?
I can see that happening. I mean, you want to bring a
How
guy
does
back
that
like that?
work? How does that work though? Do you
So they'll
know?
instead of I think when the contracts happen, they'll spread it out. Like, oh, it's a 3 year contract for set whatever amount, and they'll spread that out. So they pay you over 3 years that amount. But they want to buy him out, they'll pay up front that money. Like here, we'll pay out your contract, and they
Mm.
might throw a little more bonus in just to like get rid of him. Like okay, we got you said a 3 year contract for whatever
So
amount.
so say let's say he signed. I'm pretty sure he signed way more than this, but just to make or maybe he didn't.
Probably 7.
Let's just say it's 3 years, $3 million. So basically $1 million per year. So they give him, he only did 1 year. So they buy him out and they have to give him the full, so basically 2 million, or they have to give him 3 million.
I would say the 2 million.
So because that's how much
So
he has left,
yeah,
or how much
or
they
they
have.
account. Who knows? They might count injury too. Like, okay, you were injured for out of that 1 year, you're injured for 2 months out of that.
So we're not gonna pay
So
you for
we're not gonna
that.
pay you those 2 months. Like,
Mm.
we'll pay you the rest of it, but the 2 year, the 2 3 months you're out of injury, we'll
So
take
that
that
$2
out.
million could go to like 1.5 or something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, who knows? Or they
Or
might
they
just
may,
pay him
or yeah,
more to
or
get rid
maybe
of
they,
him.
yeah, maybe they
Like,
just
here,
pay him.
we'll pay you 5 to get out of here.
Oh, okay.
Who knows? Because
Yeah,
then they'll
I don't.
sue
I
them. They'll sue them
honestly,
too.
honestly, at this point, I don't see how CM Punk could just come back.
No,
Um,
that's hard.
he had a great match with John Moxley at All Out, even though the fallout after that, it was just like, well, that whole pay per view was pointless. Um, especially the main event. So, uh, but at the same time, I think CM Punk should come back. Um, but if I was Tony Khan, I would be like, you're just gonna do 3 matches, so that way you could leave
Dignity.
it, yeah, with your dignity, and also not leaving a bad note. Like, let's try to forget everything. So let's go out there, have 3 more matches, and yeah, because I want to see CM Punk versus Bryan Danielson. And to be honest, I thought we were gonna get that at All Out,
I
but
think we
we
were, but
yeah, apparently that was a rumor. It was gonna be Punk versus Bryan Danielson at All Out for the AEW championship. I would like to see him face Bryan Danielson. I would like to see him face Chris Jericho one more time. Um, I already got the MJF. We already got Darley Evan. I guess I don't even know who else I would like to see him face.
yeah.
Oh, Coca Cabana, but that ain't gonna happen.
No,
They ain't never gonna. So, but still, you would think just because it's like, hey, just so we could say we wrestled here, let's just do it for the fans.
no, and they'll shoot on each other though. I could
No.
tell.
Oh, and then Kenny Omega, of course. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah, I prefer Punk should just leave. On to the next topic. Why?
Before we
Oh,
go, let's do a little like product placement, little ad.
oh, all
So
right, for sure.
so make sure to check out our merch store at teespring.com and Pro Wrestling Tees for merch, shirts, and more. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at New Entry Wrestling Pod, Twitter at New Entry WP, and
Hey,
YouTube. Check out our videos. We're getting new shorts out there at New Entry Wrestling Pod. Also, check us out on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Radio Public. Thank you guys. Subscribe, like, and share.
yeah,
Sorry, I just
yeah,
meant to do a little plug, a little plug in there.
I know. I love how we're not even wearing our gear. It's all
I
right.
know. It's all
It's all
right.
right. It's all right.
But yeah,
Uh,
you said next topic. Let's want to go to Dirty V.
yes, WWE. Who is the White Rabbit, and how come there was nothing? They did the whole 923 and nothing happened. So, what was the deal of that? Who do you think the White Rabbit is? Apparently, it's been going on live events.
The
Rumor
song
has
came
there's
out
a
too.
song. Uh, Rumor has it that it's Bray Wyatt. People are saying is carrying his cross, his old gimmick from that he did at the Lucha Underground. People were saying, backstage producers are saying, I don't think it's Karrion Kross. I mean, that would have been a nice debut,
But he's
but
already on the
he's
roster.
already on the roster. He's already having a feud with Drew McIntyre. So, like, a gimmick change wouldn't make sense unless you drop Karrion Kross and then bring him back a couple weeks later or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, well, I think it's Bray Wyatt, but who knows?
Yeah, we don't ever know anything.
At this point, it's like, I mean, it doesn't matter whatever we think. We could say it's probably Sting. It's more like, when is it gonna happen? Why are they only doing it on live events? So, part of me feel like, what if it's a TV show? Because remember, many years ago they did that for Mr. Roboto.
I don't remember that one.
You don't remember that, but do you
No.
remember the show?
Mr. Roboto. Maybe vaguely. If I
Or
were to see like a
Mr.
trailer.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure you remember it, but they were showing clips of Mr. Roboto on Raw, and it turned out it was just a new show for USA.
Wow.
So I feel like what if it's just a new TV show series and not an
I don't
actual
know.
wrestler return?
I don't know. WWE, I don't know. Right now they wouldn't. I don't know. Who knows what they think, you know?
Oh, but the whole lantern, there's a lantern in the back of the poster for Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins.
Yeah, some
So
like there's like little Easter eggs.
yeah, so there's a chance he may show up uh on Monday on Raw tonight, or he may show up on Extreme Rules and cost Matt Riddle in his match. So that's gonna be pretty interesting. Or maybe also the other rumor is that he's gonna come back to have a feud with Bray Wyatt with Braun Strowman.
Ooh, okay.
So it's either going to be Bray Wyatt is going to come back to face Matt Riddle or Braun
Braun.
Strowman. Braun Strowman. Jeez. So speaking of Extreme Rules, we found more information on matches. So it's going to be Matt Riddle versus Matt Hart. I literally just said Matt Hardy. Matt Riddle versus Seth freaking Rollins in a fight pit match or fight pit club. What do you remember what it was called?
Fight pit. Yeah, it's like a they did it in NXT, so it's like a cage. It's like a cage match
Yeah, Matt Riddle had that match before.
against Timothy Thatcher, I think, in NXT
Oh, okay.
Takeover. I think I
Oh
gotta
yeah,
look it up
yeah, I
again.
remember that. I actually do remember that. So uh we also got Liv Morgan versus Rhonda Rousey. It's going to be an Extreme Rules match for the Women's SmackDown Women's Championship,
Hmm.
and then Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross in a strap match. I thought so. Right now, we got 3 Extreme Rules matches, so way
Wow.
more than last year's.
The last 3, 4 years combined.
So yeah, facts. Um,
What about Edge versus Finn Balor
so
for I Quit?
so
Or
that's a
no?
rumor. Edge is gonna make a return apparently, and he's gonna face Finn Balor at Extreme Rules, and it's gonna be under I Quit rules. That has still not been determined. Maybe we'll find out later tonight on Raw. Um, what's your thoughts of Sami Zayn now being a member of the Bloodline? A
I think it's a
temper
good.
a
I think it's
temporary
cool,
oos.
but temporary. I think it's cool. I just like they should bring in like the actual family member, you know. Or I think it's gonna be a temporary, like where he's temporary, and then they turn on him, and he's gonna team up with Kevin Owens, kind of
Kevin
thing.
Owens is not even feeling with them.
Oh yeah, but you know what I mean. Like they should bring in like some other cousin or family member, or Tamina. Where's Tamina at? Bring back Naomi
Mm.
if she brought. You know, I think she's back in the roster.
I like Zayn. I like the Sami Zayn because I feel like he's the only one who could pull it off. Him and Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
But since Kevin Owens already had a feud with Roman Reigns, I feel like
be weird.
yeah, it wouldn't make sense. But Sami Zayn, I feel like if anybody, I feel like Sami Zayn should be the one to take the titles away from Roman Reigns if The Rock is not gonna do it. Because in my
Mm,
list, in my opinion, I have 5 people who obviously Sami Zayn just been added to that list. Sami Zayn, uh, AJ Styles, but not right now. You got to build AJ Styles back again. You know,
yeah.
you got to build them up again. And I would say AJ Styles because I wanted AJ Styles to face Roman Reigns last or this year's at WrestleMania.
Mm,
Seth freaking Rollins, Cody Rhodes, and then The Rock.
mm,
So uh, before Sami Zayn, I had John Cena.
mm.
And then, he faced last year's SummerSlam. But in my opinion, I felt like John Cena should to be the one to take the titles away from him when he decides to come back full time. But then I obviously took him out and placed Sami Zayn. I feel like if
Okay.
if Sami Zayn wins Money in the Bank and next year's, I feel like or he could win the Royal Rumble. Who knows? Make it a triple threat match at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns versus The Rock versus Sami Zayn.
Mm. That's a good idea.
Everybody's gonna be mad as hell at that.
And all right.
Also, there's also rumors that at WrestleMania it's gonna be Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso, or hear this
See
out.
that.
What's the other guy?
Solo Sikoa.
Solo Sikoa and Sami Zayn versus the Usos at
Wow.
WrestleMania. Yeah.
Wow. So the bloodline is pretty much out, or just still gonna be the bloodline, but it's gonna be the Usos.
Well, this is WrestleMania and this is rumors.
Okay.
So there's a chance it may not happen because if we are going to get Roman Reigns versus The Rock, I don't think they're going to probably split up the bloodline. But that is the rumor at the moment.
Oh wow.
Other people are saying that Jey Uso should be the one to take the titles away from him.
He
From
almost
Roman
did.
Reigns.
he,
Yeah.
he almost did too.
Not really. If you look
He
back at
fought
those
him
matches,
for it.
yeah, he faced them, but looking back, he was never close to beating him.
Yeah.
I think like for 1 second out of like the 30 minutes match they had. Before we continue and go on, or whatever topic is next, I want to play that game again. King of the Ladder. You down? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. King of the Ladder. So the first round. So do you remember the game King of the Ladder?
Yeah, we kept like matches and whoever goes and goes and goes.
Right.
Wins.
So for the listeners or viewers that don't know, I'm going to give him two names, two wrestlers. He's going to pick one or the other, and then that person who he picks is going to move on to the next round, and he's going to face another wrestler, and Ever's going to continue picking who he likes or whatever. So anyways, King of the Ladder, Dolph Ziggler versus Triple H. Who are you going
Triple
with?
H.
Triple H versus Roman Reigns.
Triple H.
Triple H versus John Cena.
Triple H.
Triple H versus Ali.
Oh, Triple H.
Bogus. Didn't even hesitate. Triple H versus Sheamus.
Triple H.
Triple H versus Kane. Ooh, really?
Triple H.
Triple H. Wow. Triple H versus Bobby Lashley.
Oh, Triple H.
Wow. Triple H versus The Miz.
Triple H.
This is the last one now. Triple H versus AJ Styles.
AJ Styles.
Wow.
Yes.
So Triple H went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. And AJ Styles just went through 1. So yeah. AJ Styles is your king of the ladder.
Yep.
Wow, interesting. Damn, you didn't even give it to Triple H. You should have just gave it to him. At least that way it would have been a straight shot for him.
I know,
but that's pretty impressive how far he went.
Yeah,
I'll give you that one. But anything else you want to talk about? I know we still have a couple of things, but anything else WWE wise you want to talk about?
No. I mean, we could play a different game or talk about Impact.
You want to go ahead? Well, you got a game? Yeah.
Let's play a game. Let's play a game called This or That. So I'm gonna ask you.
Sound like jigsaw for a second, man. I got scared.
Sorry. So let's play a game. This or that. Pretty much give you a wrestler name and you choose which one which one you prefer.
Oh, all right,
or I think or prefer wrestler. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so first one is Charlotte or Sasha Banks.
Damn. Dang, you give me a tough one, man. Charlotte.
Okay.
No, Sasha. I'm gonna go with Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks. I named my car after her, so I'm gonna go with Sasha Banks.
You go with Sasha Banks, okay?
Yeah. I named my car Sasha Banks.
Nice.
I did.
Second one is John Cena or The Rock?
John Cena. I'm gonna go with John Cena. Yeah.
Okay. Triple H or Shawn Michaels?
Damn. Damn, dude. That's a tough one, man. Damn. Triple H or Shawn. I can't. It's tough because I want to say Triple H, but then I started remembering all these great matches that Shawn Michaels have, right? So then it's like, okay, I'm gonna go towards Shawn Michaels. But it's like I start remembering Triple H is,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go with Triple H.
Triple H. Okay.
Triple H.
Fourth one, Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn?
Kevin Owens. Kevin
Kevin
Owens.
Owens. And the last one, AJ Styles or Eddie Guerrero?
Woo! That's a tough one. I'm gonna get a lot of hate from this. I'm gonna go with AJ Styles.
Oh wow.
AJ Styles, man. Yeah, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate on that part, but it's all right. I'm gonna go with AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. Who will you go with?
Of all that list I gave you?
No, just the last one. AJ Styles or Eddie Guerrero? Eddie Guerrero,
I
right?
mean, they would have a great ass match. I think they probably face each other. Who knows, man?
Yeah,
AJ Styles probably faced them in Japan and Mexico or something. You never know.
I highly doubt
I
that.
would say
I feel
Eddie
like he'll
Guerrero.
brag about that,
Yeah.
but I got another game for you. It's not
Mhm.
really a game, but it's more of a I'm curious what you think. I'm gonna give you it's well, I don't know a name for it yet, best match or whatever. I'm gonna give you two matches and you're gonna pick one or the other.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give you three total. So first one is Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart, WrestleMania 12, or Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock, WrestleMania 17. Which one do you pick?
Well, I was technically like a teenager when that 17 came out. So I did The Rock versus Stone Cold because it was more like, I was like, oh man, I
Right.
probably watched that match. I think I probably did or watch highlights of it. For me, that one's more closer to me. So I would do that one. And I think it's the last time Stone Cold had a match. No, no.
No, no, no. That was WrestleMania 19.
But that was like the height of the Attitude Era, right? The 17.
Yeah. It was
So I'm thinking
basically,
like
yeah. That was
it was like
towards
a game
the
changer.
yeah.
Don't
It
get me
was
wrong, the
heading
other one was
towards the
important too.
invasion.
Yeah. So don't get me wrong, the Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart one was special, but the Rock and the Stone Cold one, I think it was more closer to like more to me, and it had a bigger implication later on.
Right. Next one. Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio at Halloween Havoc or Sasha
Ooh.
Banks versus Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 37.
Both iconic, but I don't know, man.
They are.
I mean, obviously the Banks and Sasha Banks match was like the first African American women to like main event WrestleMania,
And then you
and then
got
Eddie
Eddie.
Guerrero
Yeah.
versus
Right.
Rey Mysterio, classic match.
Yeah, very
One match of the
classic.
year. One match of the year. So that's like I'll
But
probably go for
Sasha
that one.
Banks and Belair was like it was a history match. It's a history in the
Yeah.
books, dude. You got to really think about it. And then Belair won. And this is during the pandemics, bro.
Hmm.
You really got to think about this one. I mean, if you were gonna go with Eddie Guerrero, I get it. But which one? Let me ask you this: which one did you watch live?
WrestleMania.
So
But still, it's just like, I gotta watch because I've watched the Halloween Havoc one like 10 plus times. I've seen probably the Belair one, Belair, Sasha Banks like twice.
all right,
You
well then
know,
there goes your answer at the Eddie
yeah.
Guerrero one.
Edgar over Rey Mysterio,
Uh,
Halloween Havoc,
last one: Braun Breaker versus Tyler Blade. Tyler Blade,
bait,
World Bait,
bait. Yeah.
World Collide, or Gunner versus Sheamus at Clash at the Castle.
Gunther versus Sheamus, man.
All
I
right.
mean, Tyler Bate is a hard-hitting wrestler. Obviously, the implications were like, oh, they're gonna merge, but I kind of knew that was gonna happen. That match, was gonna come
I
out as Braun
honestly,
Breaker.
I didn't thought that. I thought Tyler Bate was gonna win.
But Gunther versus Sheamus, I
There
mean, they're
was
both probably top 10 matches in WWE, but like Gunther versus Sheamus, I would say is a is like probably contender for match of the year.
all
It
facts.
proved that Gunther's a beast because they're gonna make him into like a if Vince McMahon was still there, they probably would have made him into like a jobber or like made him into like a cartoon.
I don't even think that match would have happened. Because let's face
No,
it, that match was not supposed to be good. Let's face it. Let's agree on that. That
yeah.
match had no reason to be that great.
And the IC title defended at a pay-per-view,
Hmm.
that alone already you beat it. Like
Yeah.
obviously the NXT title is gonna be defended. NXT
And
UK was gonna be
two
defended anyways because they're gonna
heels.
merge. Yes, two heels, IC title in the UK, which which Sheamus is from
It's
Ireland.
basically a dream match. It's
Yeah, Gun.
basically a dream match.
Yeah, it's pretty much like when Gunther first came, or when he came as Walter. Like, oh, that'd be cool if one day Sheamus
Oh
versus
yeah.
Gunther face each other. Braun Breaker, I'm like, okay, he's a great guy, but I'm like, he's no Gunther. He's no
Yeah.
Sheamus. Nah,
He's
yeah, he's
pretty
still a young
good,
dude. Yeah,
but
he's pretty
yeah,
good.
but I agree on you on that one. I would have picked Gunner versus Sheamus because of
Yeah, just
that. The World Collide match is not bad. It just
oh,
comes
it's a
down.
great match.
It's a
But
great match
if I
alone.
had to
But
put him head to head, you got a
yeah,
IC title on the line, two heels, both beasts. People wanted to see that match probably when since Gunther signed with WWE. They were like, "Oh, I
true.
can't wait for the day." 'Cause I was thinking like Sheamus is gonna show up in NXT UK. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be one of those
But
things where
here's the
he's gonna
thing,
make.
and here's the thing. You knew that match was gonna happen, but we all thought Sheamus was gonna be the face.
Yeah.
We never thought we were gonna see heel versus heel, and
And then Sheamus is a
look what
world champion
happened.
already. He's a WWE world champion, multiple two times
Mm,
heavyweight, and so he's
uh,
like a former world champion
two-time
over here,
WWE, two-time WWE, no, three-time WWE, and
and one
one-time
time.
world champion. Yeah,
So
because Cena, Roman Reigns, and then Daniel Bryan, whatever. So yeah.
yeah, so I'm like, that's just yeah, game changer. So they're gonna face each other again. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah,
But let's go back to Ring of Honor. Not Ring of Honor. Let's go back to Impact Wrestling.
yeah.
You know what? Let's talk about Ring of Honor very second. Do you think Chris Jericho as champion is gonna help Ring of Honor get a television network? Is that the reason why they did it?
I think that's the reason they did it, but I don't think it's gonna be successful because they're gonna look at like, how's Rampage doing? Why are you gonna want another show if like Rampage is suffering so much? Like I
Is it
remember we made
suffering?
it's not hitting like numbers. It's not hitting. It hasn't hit a million since CM Punk debuted.
Yeah, because I
It's
know you said it before that Rampage should just be a Ring of Honor show because you already got it in network. Just change the
yeah,
brand.
just like you know what, Rampage is becoming Ring of Honor. Friday night or something or whatever.
So I
Ring of Honor presents.
me personally, I think what the issue is, I do agree with you on that part. I think Ring of Honor should just be have Ring of Honor take over Rampage. But at the same time, I think Tony Khan should have not bought the whole company. I think he should have worked with them, saying like, "Hey, continue running the show. I'll take care of everything. I'll be the source of money, whatever,
The money guy.
the
Yeah.
money guy. Just continue doing what you do, and then until we can find you a network, and then we'll go from there. Where either I'll buy the company off from you, or we'll just continue working together." Uh, Chris Jericho being Ring of Honor champion, it's a kind of a good call, but because it does look good. Okay, you got Chris Jericho, but again, what are you doing? If you're gonna have Ring of Honor performing, having shows in arenas, I don't think that's a good call. If you are gonna do that, then give them Rampage. But I think they should go back to the areas where they would draw less than 5,000 people, and then maybe once or twice a year have an arena show, like an NXT takeover.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're gonna have All Out, right? Maybe on, let's say, Sunday they're gonna have All Out, and then Saturday have a Ring of Honor show either in Chicago or Wisconsin, and have it in an arena.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have it in the same arena with All Out. Have it somewhere else. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I would do. But Tony Khan, I don't know. That guy's everywhere, man. So
I know he's already dealing with two TV shows, and they're both struggling.
and that's the thing. He's dealing with them. It's not him, Cody, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega. No, it's him.
Yeah, they're
It's
like
just him.
he's not even refusing to get anyone else on board. Like, hey, you know what?
No.
You're doing with Ring of Honor, I'll do with AEW. He's
And
like, I'm doing this, and pay-per-views, and my football team, and the football team, and the soccer team. I'm like, dude,
yeah.
it's a
Anyways,
lot.
back to Impact Wrestling. I forgot to mention earlier, Bobby Fish. He didn't sign
Yeah,
with Impact Wrestling, but he was at Victory Road. No rumors or reports saying that he's going to sign or he did sign. Nobody knows. But hey, Bobby Fish, I don't really care for Bobby Fish as much, just because the past 2 years maybe more, he's been getting injured and he'll be out for a couple months, come back, wrestle for a couple months and get hurt. So it's like right now, it's like I mean, when he was in Ring of Honor, I enjoyed his run there. I wanted him to go to Impact, but he went to NXT, and when he debuted, I was happy. But lately, it just it's like, cool. But he is a good wrestler. Raven is being inducted to the Hall of Fame. This year's Bound for Glory. They are going to be in New York. Any thoughts on that? I think it's finally about time he's been inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, he still needs the WWE Hall of Fame too. But I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad he's in the. He's spent more of his career in Impact than he did WWE, right?
Oh yeah, from because he
Way
was in
more.
way more, especially the first
And he
5
won the
years.
NWA title. He won the NWA World Heavyweight
Once or
title. And
twice. I think once, right?
I think once or two. I think once. He
No,
beat.
yeah,
I
it
think
was
Art.
once. Yeah,
So yeah, he definitely. Congrats to him. I definitely think he deserves it.
yeah,
Obviously, the Hall of
well
Fame.
deserved.
They're missing a lot of people. They're missing a lot of people on there, but hopefully they'll have more. But hopefully WWE
I
Fame.
think for this show, I think Raven being inducted alone is great.
Yeah.
I think the only person, if he's gonna share the same night with somebody, I feel like it'll be Tommy Dreamer or Taz. But Taz doesn't. I
He
would,
hasn't been an
yeah,
Impact though, was he?
commentary.
Oh yeah, he was a
Yeah,
commentary. Or the Dudleys. Oh, the Dudleys got inducted, right? Never
yeah, they
mind.
already been inducted in 2014.
If they do a Philadelphia show, they should induct someone there.
What do you? No,
Because
they're
they
not
have
gonna
a
be.
pay. I mean, like
Oh,
like Shim Rose is in Philadelphia.
right.
Like if Impact did a show in Philadelphia, they should induct like that's when they should induct like Sabu or something. They haven't already.
I don't know if they would, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But no, I think this year, I think Raven should be inducted alone. Like I said, if anybody's gonna be inducted the same night with them, I think it should be Tommy Dreamer, um, or the Dudleys. But Team 3D, but they already been inducted. So,
Hmm. Or Rhino,
oh yeah,
but
right.
he's
What
still
happened to
wrestling
Rhino
though. He's there. He's just injured, I think.
again? So
Yeah,
it's always one of the two with Rhino and Heath. They need. I love them as a tag team, but they need to stop because every time they team up, somebody's always hurt.
yeah.
But the matches for Bound for Glory, Bound for Glory is going to take place October 7th at New York. So far the matches have been announced. We got Nia Yam versus
Mia Yim, yeah.
yeah, versus Mickey James and a career threatening match. If obviously Mickey James loses, she's gonna retire. We got VXT versus Jessica and Taya Valkyrie for the Impact
Hmm.
Knockouts World Championship. We got Mike Bailey versus Frankie Kazarian for the X Division champion. We got Honor No More versus the Motor City Machine Guns for the Impact World Tag Team Championship. And then we got the main event, Josh Alexander versus Eddie Edwards for the Impact World Championship. We got more. They have more matches to be announced. I know Jordan Grace is on defending the Impact World title. I just forgot who she's defending it to.
Hmm.
And then also Raven being inducted to the Hall of Fame. So I was gonna go to that show, but they have it on a Friday. I wish they would have had it on a Saturday. I would have gone, but oh well, it's all right.
Yeah.
No. But anything else we got to talk about before we head out?
Let me see. Anything else?
Anything else to talk about? I'm missing you.
I mean, there's a lot of wrestling going on. Wow, I just realized how much wrestling. uh,
Well,
Great Muta showed up on Rampage. You know about that?
oh yeah, the Great Muta.
So he's gonna probably have his retirement match
He
in Big Japan or All Japan
well, he's doing
retirement
a
tour or something.
retirement tour, and Sting is gonna be there. So who knows?
Yeah, she's
Maybe
gonna.
his last match is gonna be against Sting. So that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be
Sting should
dope.
wrestle at New Japan. Has he ever wrestled at Wrestle Kingdom?
I don't think so. But I did notice like a lot of people that wanted to wrestle for Japan are not wrestling now for some reason. Like, why isn't Bryan Danielson fighting Japan? Why is he not in New Japan right now?
Why is he not wrestling in CMLL? Because that's where he
Yeah,
wanted to wrestle.
well, that's not partnered with AEW.
Oh.
They're partnered with AAA.
But
I mean, they
yeah,
might
no,
not
but
care if like
still,
they're.
still, how is it everybody else is wrestling in New Japan but not Daniel Bryan?
Yeah, he's the one who wanted it. He's like, oh, the only reason
Yeah.
why he left WWE to go to new, because they were gonna give him that option. WWE was gonna be like, hey, you should go. Oh, if you want to wrestle in Japan, that's great. We just gotta go to All Japan, or obviously you gotta see if we could do a one-off contract with New Japan, or All Japan, Big Japan,
Right.
whatever. There's a bunch of promotions out. But he's like, no, I'll just go to AEW. They'll let me work in Japan. And then he
Yeah,
tried to
that
work in
is,
Japan.
yeah, that's the agreement.
Yeah, but
Did
they
he
let
try?
he tried and they said no for some reason.
Probably because of the day or because they needed him or
Yeah.
something.
So I mean, he should. I mean, if he's gonna stay with AEW, let's say he retires next year.
Hmm.
If he doesn't do AAA or Japan, like, why did you go there in the first place? You know, obviously to get more money, but like, your goal was to wrestle in Mexico and Japan. You know,
Right.
he doesn't do indie shows either. Obviously, he doesn't need to.
I don't think nobody could afford his booking.
No, it's probably like 110, 50 grand.
Mm, yeah.
But you know what I
So
mean? It's like, hopefully he does. That'd be great. Or he goes to Japan and faces like some young gun out there. You know, in New Japan, or faces Osprey in Japan. Ooh, that'd be
true.
disgusting
Be disgusting,
in a
everybody.
good way.
Facts. Anyways, let's take this home, Ever.
Yeah, man. So before we go leave, guys, make sure to check us out on Teespring and
Check
Pro
us
Wrestling
out.
Tees for merch. Make sure to check us out on Instagram and TikTok at New Entry Wrestling Pod. Check us out on Twitter on New Entry WP. And also check us out on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public. And if you haven't already, make sure to check out our YouTube page, New Entry Wrestling Podcast. We're posting shorts, videos, and more. Help us support by subscribing, liking, and sharing.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
and all right, listeners, this will be it for this episode. I am Ever, and this is Ian.
And we are out.
Bye, guys.
Doo-doo-doo.